And now we will discuss how we intend to solve this problem. And that can only be done by automating all the campaign performance reports. Why to spend time on the mundane, boring task yourself? Let the machines take over this task, and you should spend your valuable time on doing more productive tasks that humans are designed to do. And that is idea generation. Spend your time on making campaign strategies or optimizing campaigns. Let's sum everything up and look at the benefits of automating the campaign reports. The first is obviously you get up to date, accurate reports. We already discussed how human intervention might result in some error to creep in. The next is better time utilization. Yeah. I don't think this point needs any further discussion. Third point states no meddling from client. A very important point. Usually, a lot of clients, when they are not happy and convinced with the campaign performance, ask you to give access to the ads dashboard. And marketers obviously yield to this request. Once the client has dashboard access, half the battle is lost. They meddle with all your campaigns. Why are you running this campaign? Why are you targeting this set of audience? Why aren't you targeting the audience I told you to do? I feel marketing is always a hit and try, and a good marketer is always the one who never stops experimenting and A B testing. But with clients having dashboard access, our hands get tired, leaving very little scope for experimentation. The automated reports that we are going to generate at the end of this course will be enough to satiate your client's hunger, and he shall not ask for dashboard access. Next point is also connected to what we discussed right now, and that is you can create custom reports depending on the client. You only reveal the metrics that are of interest to the client rather than giving him a full view of the dashboard and inviting unwanted queries from his side. Better client retention. Let me tell you why. The reports we are going to generate during the course will be updated every day. Hence, the client does not have to wait for the designated day like Friday or a Monday to expect a report from your side. You just need to share a link with him once and he can look at the reports at his leisure. The next point is of prime importance. As we all know that most domains are undergoing a paradigm shift wherein AI and predictive analytics are being integrated to all data that is being generated. Since digital marketing is also a data-driven domain, predictive analytics is the way to go. Whether you like it or not, but this is happening. Read about Facebook profit or how machine learning is being implemented by Google Ads. You must have experienced how Google keeps on poking you to shift your bidding strategy from manual to automated strategy like maximize clicks, target CPA, target ROS, maximize conversions, and whatnot. And the basis of all machine learning and predictive analytics is to have a clean, structured data set. In the course, the data that we will export using the API will be in a clean, structured format. This makes you future ready, and once you have sufficient data, you can start applying predictive analytics and machine learning algorithm to these datasets in-house. Uncover amazing insights from this data. A competitive advantage like this would certainly put your agency or brand on the pedestal. Imagine how your clients would feel if you will be able to predict everything and tell him well in advance. Will he ever leave you? I don't think so. Last but not the least, you get to learn a new skill from this course. You will learn and probably appreciate how data science can become a game changer and provide you an edge over competitors. I'm quite sure by now you must be intrigued and want to know how we are going to implement everything. So without further ado, let me walk you through the process summary and show you the steps that we are going to take to automate the campaign reports. So we will be using Python to drive all our automation processes. We will be discussing more about Python in the next module, but for introduction's sake, you should know that Python is the most used tool these days for automation, data science tasks like data cleaning, data visualization, and data analysis. It is very flexible and can be used for website designing and software development as well. If you check out the number one skill to acquire in 2020, it will be Python. And the best thing is it is open source and free for everyone to use. So the first step shall be to establish a source data connection. Since we will be exporting campaign data, we will first have to register for a developer account and create credentials. These credentials will be used to query data from the backend of the marketing channel whose data we intend to export. And this is just a one-time activity. You don't need to do it day in and day out. Once we have the credentials, we will extract data and do some preliminary data cleaning tasks in Python. These will all be automated and you don't need to do anything about this. But I will be explaining what is going on in the backend so that you have full clarity and can customize it according to your requirement. Once we have the clean data, the Python code will export the data automatically to Google Sheets. Again, this will be automated as well, but I will be explaining the code so that you can understand and appreciate how all data is being transferred automatically. And once we have the data in Google Sheets, half the battle is won. We will connect this Google Sheet to Google Data Studio, which will keep on automatically make the graphs and charts that you wanted to make. But yes, the first time you will need to design how the dashboard should look. I have included a sample Data Studio dashboard in the course, but you can anytime customize it according to your or your client's needs. And voila, that's it. Once set up, all this processor will keep on running automatically without any human intervention. Sounds unbelievable, right? But again, that's the charm of technology. Now, some of you might have already used Google Data Studio and must be thinking, why not use the Google Data connectors? Why to use Python? The reason is that these connectors are not free. I agree they are free for Google products like AdWords and Google Analytics, but what about Facebook? All connectors for Facebook are paid ones. The most used amongst them is Supermetrics. Let me show you the cost. So I am on the Supermetrics website. So it is $39 per month and for one user. You can calculate for yourself how much you will need to spend for multiple clients a month. And yeah, I know a lot of you might be thinking that this sounds too technical. I don't have any technical background, so I'm not sure this course is for me. I don't even know what Python is. But trust me, this is just a myth. I myself am not from any technical background. You don't need to be a techie to understand this. Everything is so logical, and the code in Python is as simple as writing the English language. On the contrary, learning Python prepares you for the next 5 years of marketing automation revolution. Moreover, all the codes and everything is pre-written by us, so you don't need to invest time in writing the code again. Let's conclude the lesson by quickly discussing the learning outcomes of the course. On course completion, you shall be able to automate campaign reports, customize each report depending on the requirement of your client or the business case, make interactive graphs that can sum up gigabytes of data on one dashboard of Google Data Studio, take the first step towards integrating data science in your marketing, which is very essential if you want to gain an edge over others. Last but still the most important point, that is have some fun. Learn something different from what we as digital marketers do day in and day out. Quite psyched, right? So let's begin. See you in the next lesson.